Welcome once again to the latest edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews online. As always, I do thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, which hopefully you do find informative. And when you go to your local bookstore, you seek out the book that I'm about to feature this time out. And the book is Honey, Baby, Mine. A Mother and Daughter Talk Life, Death, Love, and Banana Pudding by Laura Dern and Diane Ladd. This is published by Grand Central and it retails for $38. The book has also a foreword by Reese Witherspoon. This is a very interesting book. Diane Ladd and Laura Dern are two Hollywood actors, names you will definitely recognize. Diane Ladd has done, I think it said something like over 175 movies and television shows, and Laura Dern has certainly done more than her share of movies as well, such as Jurassic Park and lots more, let's put it that way. I can't list them all. But the reason behind the book was several years ago, Diane Ladd was diagnosed with a lung disease that basically they thought she might die. She wasn't given much more than 6 months to live at the time. But the doctor said that if she tried to go out for walks, she would help fill her lung capacity, and it would help with her breathing, and it could help her overall health picture. So Laura Dern, her daughter, immediately said, "Well, Mom, we're going to go for walks." And in the book, they go through, I think it's 14 or 16 different walks. And the first walks, Diane Ladd was like a kid kicking and screaming, I can't do it. But Laura, she persisted. And so she didn't really push her mother to do too much, just work at her capabilities. And in these walks, they talked about their life, their lives, those people in their lives, acting, so many different things. So it became like a mother-daughter bonding. Now, Laura Dern is the daughter of actor Bruce Dern, and he was married to Diane Ladd for, I think, 9 or 10 or so years. Don't quote me on that. But Bruce Dern was an actor in his own right. Now, I'm not sure whether he's alive or dead, so I'm not going to say he's still around or not around, but he was married to Diane Ladd. Now, in the book, the two ladies talk about their husbands because it ended badly with Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd. And Laura Dern's own first marriage did not go that well. And so it was I can't say an amicable split up, but they're no longer together. So in the book, there are a lot of amusing things that they talk about. Diane Ladd talks about being with Shelley Winters. She was a famous actress of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And they were going to author Norman Mailer's New Year's Eve party. So they got there before him, and they saw in the house the banisters were really, really dirty looking, dusty looking. And so the two ladies decided to clean up the banisters, because that's what people would see when they first went into the house. Well, they cleaned them and they made a really good job. So when Norman Mailer got to his house for the New Year's Eve party, first thing he said, "Where's the cocaine?" Obviously, the banister, it wasn't dust on the banisters, they were thick with cocaine. So Diane Ladd estimates that she and Shelley Winters must have wiped up $1 million worth of cocaine. So that's a rather amusing anecdote in the book. Now, later in the book, Diane and Laura talk about Laura's son, who was 6 years old at the time when Diane Ladd was looking after the boy. So she decided that his hair was too long, that he, wasn't looking like a boy, so she decided to cut it really short. And so 14 years later, there is still unresolved tension between the two, because when Laura Dern brought it up, Diane Ladd's, tried to make excuses, and she basically called her mother a liar when her mother said, Well, her son wanted his hair shorter, and Laura Dern said he did not. So there are so many things they talk about. They talk about movies they've done together, like Wild at Heart, and one of Diane Ladd's most famous movies is Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. So throughout the book, these 14 to 16 walks, they talk about everything imaginable, men in their lives, the happy times, actors that they knew that were part of their lives as well too. So if you're looking for a really sort of different mother-daughter bonding book, and it's exactly that they talk about, actually they even talk about making recipes like their favorite foods, like banana pudding. Pick up a copy of Honey Baby Mine if you know these actresses, Laura Dern and Diane Ladd, or you don't know them. It's still a very entertaining, amusing read of how Laura Dern fought for her mother's health, because by going on these walks and helping fill her lung capacity, she's still alive when the doctor basically gave her 6 months to live, and this is 4 years later. So Honey Baby Mine is a book that you should make yours. So that's a book I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Let me know if you do agree with my review. So until we meet again for another review, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.